Hello everyone, welcome to a new video of your Polyglot Academy. In this new episode where we're going to talk about the prepositions of time. So let's go. Now the prepositions of time generally answer the question wann, which means when, and in English we have three of them: in, on, or at. And we use them in order to say when something happens. Here you can see an example. Wann rufst du mich an? Ich rufe dich 12 Uhr an, which means when are you calling me? I'm calling you at 12. And in this case, if we consider this sentence, we can see how the preposition of time which means in English at, is preceding the expression 12 o'clock and is, therefore, describing it. So it's used here to describe this time of the day by preceding the noun, in this case by preceding 12 o'clock. Now, in German, we already talked about the difference between the dative and the accusative. And in the last lesson, when we talked about the prepositions, we stated that depending on the preposition, we're going to decline it for the dative case or for the accusative case, depending on the situation. While talking about prepositions of time, it's very important to accentuate the fact that all the prepositions are going to be followed by the dative case, except for and bis, which are followed by accusative. And this is very important because if you know that only and bis are going to need the accusative, then you know that you can always use the dative for every type of preposition. Here you can see two examples with and bis so that you can understand the context. Ich komme 12 Uhr, which means I'm coming at 12. And in this case, you can see how we have which is describing, in this case, the hour of day, and it means at in English. Here you can see the second example. Ich muss jetzt gehen, bis bald, which means I have to leave now, see you soon. And in this case, you can see how bis is preceding bald, which means soon, in order to complete this sentence. Now, the most important prepositions of time are 9. And in this first table, you can see the first 4. Ab, an, bis zu, and in, which mean starting from, in this case. Now, in German, rather than learning the exact translation, it's more important to just learn the meaning of the preposition so that you're going to use properly. So let's consider, for example, ab. We use ab while we say that something it's starting from a place or from a specific time. So, for example, ab Donnerstag is going to be from Thursday, or for example, ab dem 3. Oktober, from the 3rd of October. If we consider the second preposition an, it's used while describing a moment of the day, a date, or simply a specific day of the week. So in this case, to say on Monday I do blah blah blah, then you're going to say an Montag, and then you're going to continue with the sentence. Bis zu means until. So for example, bis zu deinem Geburtstag means until your birthday. And we use in while talking about the specific time of the day. So for example, in 1 hour, or while talking about months and seasons. And here you can see the example im Sommer, which means in summer. And we already talked about that, I think, in lesson 8 while dealing with seasons and the days of the week. So please check the video out. Here you can see the second table, and the next prepositions are nach, seit, von, blah blah blah, bis, and then for. Now we already talked about which means at. Nach means after, and it's most probably the most important one. You can see two examples: nach der Schule, which means after school, and nach der Veranstaltung, which means after the event. And here you can see how we are using the dative in order to describe the name die Schule. We're not saying die Schule, but because we have the preposition nach, we are using the dative. So die becomes der, and we have nach der Schule. So this is very important to know. The second example is, the second preposition is going to be seit, which means since or for, depending on the context. You can see the two examples. Since 1 month is going to be seit einem Monat, while we're using, in this case, also the dative. And 4 years would mean seit Jahren. Von bis is also very important to know because it means that we are taking an interval from a specific day until a specific day, or from a specific time to a specific time. And this is very important indeed. In order to say from Monday to Thursday, for example, then you're going to say von Montag bis Donnerstag. And the last preposition is going to be vor, which means before or ago, depending on the context. and you can check the examples out. So, for example, 1 week ago means vor einer Woche, and before Christmas means vor Weihnachten. So please make sure to learn these prepositions as well as the meaning of them. Now, in order to conclude this lesson successfully, I have 2 exercises for you. Firstly, try to write 7 sentences by using the preposition of time, and after that, complete the following sentences down below by entering the correct preposition of time. So here you got 5 sentences, and if you would like the solutions from these 5 sentences, then I would simply recommend you to write me a comment or an email depending on what's best for you. And if you understood everything and if you went so far, thanks for your attention. And I wish you a good day. Have a nice time.